I turn a 1-minute video into a 1-hour documentary? Coach Greg, in today's video, Andrew Huberman has cured the world's obesity epidemic. It's so easy, don't you know? It's so easy. And so what he's going to say, I'm going to show you what he says. Of course it would work if people could actually do it. But the problem is 95% of people can't. And so I can't believe how stupid people are. Oh, yeah, it works. Try it. Try it. It doesn't work. If you could follow it, of course it's going to work. Problem is, you can't. And if you could, you would, but you don't. And so the world's problem is not going to be cured by what he's saying, but let's get right into it.
Blayback and Rosenberg lost a lot of weight. Other guys have lost a lot of weight, and women have lost a lot of weight the following way. I just give the following instruction.
That's it. You just say it. That's it. You're not going to have to buy anyone's cookbook. You're not going to have to hire any trainers, dietitians. You're put out of business. It's all you need to know. It's so easy. Everyone can do it. No one is ever going to cheat on this diet. It's easy. You ready for it? Are you ready?
You can eat meat, fish, eggs, fruit, and vegetables.
And that's it. Case closed. Everyone gonna be shredded. But here's the thing. It's a great diet. I'm not saying it's not gonna work if you can follow it. But how many of you right now raise your fucking hands if you think that you can follow that diet and not cheat for the rest of your life? Liars! Every one of you with your hands up, you're fucking liars. And so it sickens me that people don't know that this is not going to work. This is not realistic. It's not reality. Oh, your kid's 100 pounds overweight. Guess what, kids? You can't eat a chip ever again. Can't have a carb, can't have a potato. Can't have fries, rice. You kidding me? Arroz and frijoles out the window. You can't have it. Pasta, French toast. What's wrong with you? You can't eat any of these things. You want a glass of milk, some cottage cheese, Greek yogurt? Nah, it ain't on the diet. Oh, but this diet's realistic. And so I polled my audience. I said, do you agree? Is this the diet you need to follow? And so 53% of people said, yup, it's the perfect diet, easy to follow. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? None of you can diet. Not even bodybuilders can follow this kind of diet. 95% of diets fail, and this is a very restrictive diet. And I'm reading comments, oh, it's not restrictive. Coach Greg, what do you think? Don't you have any willpower? I have more willpower than almost all of you. Almost every last one of you watching this video. I did 59 competitions. And yet, what did I create? I created this cookbook because dieting is freaking hard. Harder than last time. You're never going to have any dairy. You're never going to have a cheat ever. Protein bars out the window. Never again. Chocolate bars? Are you kidding me? And what's next? Can't have a diet pop? Just drink water. Can't have milk, can't have almond milk, can't have any dairy at all, no cheese. But this is realistic. That's why all of you are overweight. Well, a third of you are. And so I said, way too strict, you'll end up cheating. 29% of people agree. Less than a third of you realize that this diet is overly restrictive. Less than a third. And so out of 100 people that were going on this diet, only 29 would think they're actually going to cheat. That this is just too much. But yet there's an obesity crisis and epidemic. But why? If it's so easy, why is it worth trillions of dollars to help people lose weight? Why is Ozempic and other semaglutides so prevalent in this world? Why is there so many people suffering from type 2 diabetes? When the answer is so simple. Fruits, vegetables, meat, fish, and eggs. It's easy. The world's problems are over. Don't you know you'll never want to cheat? Not once will you want to cheat. You won't miss a lasagna. You won't miss having a wrap, burger, fries, nothing. You won't want any of it. 1 or 2 weeks on this diet, life's changed. You'll never want to cheat ever again. Problem is, it's bullshit. It's not true. If it was, I would tell you. Don't you think if it was this simple that I would have followed this diet? I have more willpower, more determination than 99.9% of people in this world. I'm telling you. I'm not saying it to brag. I'm telling you because it's the truth. And when I'm on a diet, I want some foods that taste good. Perhaps once in a while, I might eat some rice. Maybe have a protein bar. Maybe even every now and then have some Greek yogurt. Maybe some cottage cheese. Maybe even a bowl of ice cream. Once in a while. But no, this is the secret. And it's so easy. Don't eat any of that stuff. How is it working for you? Have you never tried to diet ever before? Raise your hand if you've never tried to lose weight in your life. Most people at one time in their life, they tried to lose weight. Problem is, they couldn't stick to it. But why? Because it's hard. Harder than last time.
If it's not in that short list, water, coffee, or tea are fine.
Oh, but water, coffee, or tea is fine, but you can't add milk to it. Heavens forbid cream or sugar. Kidding me? And sweetener? Well, that's a different story. But if it's not on that short list, it's out. Imagine trying to add in some almond milk. Or, heaven forbid, some almonds. That short list is all you'll ever need.
No, you're not drinking alcohol. No, you're not drinking milk.
No, you're not drinking alcohol. Already, you've lost half of this world. Most of you, at least half, are even going to drink alcohol. You really think that most people can just give up alcohol? It's hard enough for people to give up the cream in their freaking coffees, let alone a light beer once in a while. And so, do you not think it would make more sense to just say, hey, why don't we just cut out processed food? I have realistic expectations. I live in the real world where I give real suggestions that real people can follow. Real diets, like in my cookbook. Do you really think people are going to enjoy a diet that they can't follow? Yeah, they can follow for a month, maybe. Then they're going to cheat, go back to their old ways. And what's going to happen? They're going to lose weight and gain it back and then some. This happens year after year. It's a vicious cycle of people yo-yo dieting. This is what has been happening for decades. And so, no, you can't just say, hey, this is the new diet. Meats, fish, eggs, fruits, vegetables is it. Everything else is off the diet. Well, coffee and water, sure. It's not going to work. I'm telling you, not even 1% of the population can follow this diet. And so trying to follow this diet is ridiculous. It'd be the same thing like, hey, everybody, I have a new diet. You eat whatever you want. You just do 6 hours of cardio a day, minimum. As long as you get in 50,000 steps, you're good. 6 hours minimum. How many of you are going to do it? Raise your hand. Oh, that's a great diet, Coach Greg. I think it's great. 6 hours a day of cardio, no problem. Problem is, most people can't do 6 hours of cardio. Lance Armstrong could have done it. Guys in the Tour de France, perhaps guys competing in the Ironman championships. But a normal person, it's not going to work. And so when I see 50% of morons thinking that this is the diet that they can follow, it's just as moronic as me saying the secret is 6 hours of cardio a day. Minimum 40 plus hours cardio a week and you're golden. Yeah, it works, but it's not realistic. And so wake the cookbook up.
What you find is they lose a lot of fat very, very quickly, very fast, mostly because they bring their caloric intake down below what they need each day in terms of their activity.
I love it. Mostly because they're going to bring their caloric intake down. All because they're going to bring their caloric intake down. If you only have a certain amount of foods that you're going to eat, and that's all you're going to eat, and you eat in a calorie deficit, of course you're going to lose weight. You know what he also could have said? Just eat meat. Carnivore diet. All you can eat is meat. Yeah, you lose weight. You know what else he could have said? Just follow keto. Cut all carbs. All carbs are out the window. All you can eat is fats and proteins, no carbs. Yeah, probably going to lose weight for a little bit. While you can follow a diet of which you're not going to follow forever. Well, perhaps 1% of you are, but it's not realistic. You know, another diet he could have said, you can only eat in a 1 hour window. You can only eat one meal a day, or perhaps even better, OMAD. Every other day you can have one meal. Great diet. Yeah, it'll work if you can follow it. Problem is you can't. And so all these quote unquote diets, they don't actually work. What works is being in a calorie deficit, but not for a week, not for a month, not for 3 months, not for your vacation in the summer, not for your wedding. The diet that you can follow for the rest of your life. And so what diet is that? It's the diet that you enjoy. You, not your friend, not your mom, not your kids. You need to not only like that diet, but love it. And so what do you think is in my freaking cookbook? All your favorite meals, but made with half the calories. And so you get to quite literally make your cake and eat it too. Only thing is it's lower in calories, but still tastes amazing. And so obviously you're going to get the cookbook, and clearly you're going to want to read my Circle Diet book. It explains exactly what to do. And so you can go with Andrew Huberman and you can try his diet. Be my guest, and if it succeeds, amazing. I'm happy for you. I want you to be healthy. I want you to lose weight. Problem is, not going to last. It might work for a couple of weeks, couple months. Maybe if you stick to it, perhaps on that New Year's resolution, it'll work until January 16th. Then you're going back to your ways. You're regaining the weight. You're going to watch this video. You're going to say, you know what? I don't really like that guy. He has an annoying voice. Sounds like the parrot from Aladdin, but he's making sense. The diet has to be something you can follow, that you love. Not what Andrew Huberman says. Not the diet that he can follow, of which I don't believe he can follow it. The diet that you can follow. And you can follow not just for today, but for life.
They're in a caloric deficit, as it's called, but they're very sated. Protein is very satiating.
Do you know what's even more satiating? The meals in my cookbook. They're high in protein and high in fiber and have more volume. More voluminous meals fill up your stomach, allow you to be full, and so you're not hungry.
You have a ribeye steak, you don't really want a second, but you could have a second one.
Trust me, if I eat a ribeye steak, I'm going to want several ribeye steaks. And after that, I'm going to want some gelato. And so trust me, I'm going to want my gelato. And for you Spanish guys out there, my helado chocolate maniquia de mani. Close enough. I'm a beginner in Spanish. In case you're wondering, maniquia is butter and mani is nuts, and so it's peanut butter. And so in my cookbook, I have low calorie recipes for ice cream, for peanut butter. It's literally called peanut butter, has 4 times less calories and double the protein. And so you get to eat everything in your heart's desire because it's got lower calories. That's a secret. And so be my guest and have your T-bone steak and your vegetables and see if you're satisfied. You didn't get to have the gelato. You didn't get to have the peanut butter, but be my guest, see if it works for you. And then you can get my cookbook when you fail. And so listen, it's not like this doesn't work. This is almost the diet that I've talked about in my videos in the past. Remember that video I did on how to diet on vacation when you're traveling? And so, for example, that Ghana guy, he was ice age, he lost 100 pounds, but yet when he went on vacation, he gained 20 pounds in 10 days. He went on the diet, he was doing great, 2,000 calories a day. Then he went on vacation for 10 days, gained 20 pounds. And so I literally made all these videos. Think I only do drama. And so I made a video, 2 to 3 meals a day, plus a snack. And you're eating meats, fish, eggs, fruits, vegetables, plus Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, and so on. I said have all the diet pops that you want, long as it's low in calories. And so cut out the carbs, the pastas, and the breads, and so on. Remember, you're not at the luxury of your own home. You don't have my cookbook with you. You can't make low-calorie alternatives. You can't have low-calorie French toast, pancakes, and so on. And so while you're on vacation, you can follow that diet for about a week. 1 week. And so what Andrew Huberman is saying right now, it's a great diet when you're on vacation, when you're traveling the world. If you can follow that for the most part, and remember, if you have a cheat meal here or there during the week, perhaps 1, 2, 3 days, you go off plan, you have some nachos and guacamole and so on, that's okay. You got to live your life. And so my diet, it's about being realistic. This diet, you ain't following it. If you could, I would tell you. If the research supported that, hey, 50% of people that follow this diet, they were able to follow it, it's a great diet. I'd say, guys, this is it. Please follow this diet. You don't need the cookbook. You don't need to hire a dietitian. You don't need a nutritionist. You don't need your semaglutide. You don't need your weight loss pills. Just follow the freaking diet. It's going to work. But the truth is, it won't. I tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. You want to hear, all you got to do is listen to Andrew Huberman. You're going to lose weight. It's perfect. And what you're thinking is, yeah, that's true. I have evidence to support this. Over 50% of you thought diet was easy, that you wouldn't cheat. It's not. Somebody has to be the bearer of bad news. And so you wonder why people are going to dislike Coach Greg. He just said that I can't follow a diet. How dare he decide what I can do with my body? I'm telling you, you can't. Just because I'm right doesn't mean you should dislike me. You need somebody who is actually going to tell you the truth, who's going to be in your corner, telling you, no, it won't work. What most people have is a bunch of yes men. Oh, yeah, you got this. You're going to do it. Oh, it's great. Meanwhile, they're thinking, this guy can't do it. But they're not honest. They're blowing smoke up your ass.
And then, of course, they should also walk if you can't do cardiovascular exercise like running or biking or skateboarding or whatever. They should walk a lot. Everyone should probably walk a lot, unless you're pushing a lot, skateboarding around a lot, or cycling a lot or something.
And so, of course, not disagreeing with any of that. Everyone should be doing cardio, minimum 150 minutes of cardio a week, and the more you can do, the better. The more calories you're burning, the easier it's going to be to stick to your diet. And why? Because you're burning off more calories, and so you can eat more. The more you can eat, the easier it is going to be to stick to your diet. Think of it. If your maintenance is 2,000 calories versus 3,000 calories, who do you think is going to have an easier time dieting? And so when I'm eating 3,500 to 4,000 calories a day, because I'm doing so much cycling, lifting weights, why do you think it's so easy for me to follow my diet? That cardio coupled with my cookbook, maintaining sub 8% body fat now for years. I'm leaner now than when I was abusing performance enhancing drugs. And so my supplements of choice, GO2 Max and Turk Builder. These supplements are amazing. More endurance, more energy, getting better pumps, more strength, more muscle gains in the gym. So if you're interested in any of these supplements, the cookbook, of course, code Greg, 15% off.
There must be a dozen or more people that I've handed this idea off to directly that have lost, and again, anywhere from probably 20 to, in Mike's case, 60 pounds and kept it off for years.
And so here's the thing. The diet's great if you can follow it. But how many of you can follow it? Now, listen. Do you think that this list is exhausting? If somebody were to really press Andrew Huberman, ask him some preguntas. Say, look, if I added in some low-fat cottage cheese and some Greek yogurt, would that ruin my diet? He said that's an exhaustive list. That's it. Would that really make it worse or make it better? Because remember, with more options and more choices, it comes an easier time to stick to your diet and more variety. And so I'm sure I would hope he would say yes. What about some almond milk? I'm sick of drinking plain coffee and water. Unsweetened almond milk? Yeah, the healthy fats. What about almonds themselves? You know what? I think that would be a good idea. Some healthy fats in there. Yeah, be my guest. And so I think he would be open to adding in some nuts. But what if they really had a sweet tooth? Say, Andrew Huberman, I've been following this diet that you gave me for a week straight. It's great. I'm down 4 pounds. I feel amazing. Problem is, I'm craving that gelato. Love me some ice cream, especially that chocolate peanut butter gelato from that favorite restaurant of Coach Greg. Love that ice cream. Can't do it. I'm going to cheat on the diet. I'm going to a restaurant. I'm going to have burgers, fries, and gelato. I'm going to do it every weekend. They're going to end up eating 5,000 calories. That is what's going to happen in the real world. But if they ask Coach Greg what to do, I'm going to say, look, what is wrong with you? Why would you cut all these things out? I want to have protein ice cream every night. Perhaps you got a Ninja Creamy. Perhaps you got Coach Greg's cookbook. You're going to make protein ice cream. It's so thick you put it over your head. It doesn't come out in your face. It's delicious. It's amazing. You look forward to this to every freaking night you're having this recipe. It literally changed your life. And you're not cheating on this diet. Wouldn't that be a better diet? Oh, what about this? You know what? I'm having a party. Birthday party. We're getting to get together. The Super Bowl. I love chips, pretzels, crackers. Love them. The saltiness. I don't think I can do it, Andrew. You're going to end up cheating. You're going to do it in secret. When perhaps your wife, girlfriend's not looking, parents and so on, and you end up cheating. You come in and hire Coach Greg. What's Coach Greg going to say? You ever heard of Smart Pop popcorn? It's got 200 calories per bag. You're going to have as many of that as you want. What do you want? 1, 2, 3 bags? Eat as many as you want. Imagine 3 bags. It would take you an hour to eat it. 600 calories. Do you not think you can burn off those 600 calories? Oh my God, but there's carbs in there. Carbs are fine. What are we doing when we do that cardio? When we're going for those walks, riding those bikes? Burning off that glycogen from the carbs from the popcorn. Remember, popcorn is full of fiber. And so that fiber is very satiating. It's not just protein that's satiating. It's also fiber. It's also foods that have a lot of volume. The massiveness, the size of those bowls of popcorn in comparison to the calories is amazing. And so what are you going to do? You're going to eat all the foods that Andrew Huberman listed. You're also having cottage cheese and Greek yogurt. You're also having almond milk. You're having that protein ice cream before bed because you love it. And whenever you're craving a snack, you're having popcorn. Which diet do you think you're more likely to follow? I'm asking you. You've heard the 2 diets. Which one do you think is better? But Coach Greg, you only have your master's degree. This guy's a neuroscientist. I don't care. We're the same age. Who has spent his life devoted to helping athletes to lose weight, not just to lose it, but to keep it off for the rest of their life? And while we're there, it's not just athletes, it's everyone. Sold close to 100,000 copies. And why? Do you think it's because the diet doesn't work? Why do you think it sold so many copies? Because the book sucks? The recipes aren't delicious? Why have so many people made videos about this book? Why are people raving about how good the book is? It's because it is. The diet works. And remember, I just gave a couple examples of the difference between the Andrew Huberman diet that he just laid out and mine. Do you not like the idea of the protein ice cream and the popcorn? Or perhaps the Greek yogurt and the cottage cheese? What if we added in anabolic French toast? What if we added in protein pancakes, wraps, pizza, burgers, fries, everything? Would you not want to have a low-calorie lasagna? Cakes, muffins, donuts, cookies, All of it. You can eat it all. Way lower in calories. And it's filling. He's saying that diet allows you to be satiated. So does mine. But mine also tastes good. Where was his taste? Yeah, perhaps you like your carrots and your peas. Broccoli. Love it. And so he just took the chicken, broccoli, and rice diet and made it even more boring. The chicken and broccoli diet. And perhaps an apple. And so what do you think is more delicious? You've heard about my peanut butter. Amazing. Do you not want to have peanut butter in your diet? Ice cream, cookies, pastries, and so on. De pastel, manos amigo. I'm thinking you do. And so if you think that my diet is the diet that you might enjoy, get to my website. Code Greg, 15% off. There's various cookbooks in hard copy and PDF. Remember, there's cookbook 1, 2, 3, various cookbooks at different price points. Also, the Circle Diet. It's my life's work. Explains exactly what to do. It's laid out in simple terms. You read the book, you'll know what to do right now. What many calories do you need to do? What kind of cardio? How are you going to lose weight? How are you going to keep it off? Everything is laid out in detail. It's so simple. You're thinking, no, it's not. Trust me, you can follow Andrew's diet, and if you can stick to it, it's going to work. All diets work as long as you can stick to it. 95% of diets fails, and so that diet is going to fail 95% of the chances. So be my guest. 1 in 20, it's going to work. And so Andrew said, I think he had a dozen people that this diet worked for. Andrew has what, 5 million followers, perhaps 10, and he knows 12 people that this diet has worked for. Nearly 100,000 have gotten this cookbook. How many people do you think have watched my videos? I have over 3,500, explaining how to lose weight, how to not only lose the weight, but to keep it off. I've done a ton of these videos. Many of you just think it's drama. Oh, Coach Greg just does natty or knots. Are you kidding me? I've changed millions of lives. You think I'm exaggerating? I have almost 1 billion views on YouTube. My channel is about health and fitness, helping the world to lose weight and feel good about themselves. And so y'all can type in the comment section, couple of haters out there. Oh, Coach Greg's got that annoying voice. He's a narcissist, misogynist, whatever you want to call me. He screams at us too much. At least I'm being honest. And so what I'm telling you right now is what you need to hear and not what you want to hear. If you want to lose the weight, you need a diet that you can stick to for life. Not for a month, not for a week, not until summertime, for life. And so just get my freaking cookbook. 18% of people realize that that's the diet for you. But hey, you can't save everyone. If out of 1 million people, 18% get the cookbook, that's 180,000 people. It's a lot of lives that will be saved. And so it's not my fault that the majority of people on the internet are a bunch of morons. It's not my fault of this. Although I did my part, I was a school teacher for 11 years. I tried to educate the young. I'm no longer a school teacher. I'm making YouTube videos. And so I'm trying to undo the damage of TikTok University and so on. But I can only do so much. At some point, you got to just believe me. You got to trust me. And if you don't believe me, you don't trust me, that's okay. Follow the diet, and in a week, when you're cheating on your diet, come back to this video and say, yup, you were right. The method I described here is certainly not the only one that can work, and obviously vegans and vegetarians would need to modify it. Not only vegans and vegetarians, but anyone who, for example, likes ice cream, likes to eat chips, cakes, donuts, candies, alcohol. Basically, everyone in the world is going to have to modify this diet, except perhaps the rare, perhaps 0.1% of people that can actually follow this diet. There's a rare breed of person. I don't know what they were raised like. Perhaps David Goggins is a guy like that he could follow this diet for the rest of his life. A rare breed of human who they just can do anything. Anyone that can follow this diet, I believe that they could climb Mount Everest with their eyes closed. You just tell them to do it, you got it. And so if you're that person, by all means, go for it. But if you're everyone else, perhaps try my cookbook. And so I wrote a comment basically saying this diet, it's not realistic. And you know what they wrote back to me? Imagine this, writing this back to me, to Coach Greg. Laugh my ass off. You clearly don't know how many fruits and vegetables there are in the world. Too restrictive with the crying face. Just say you have no self-control, my guy. I'm going to calmly disagree. I have a lot of self-control. And for a guy that doesn't know anything about fruits and vegetables, I literally have a list of the fruits and vegetables in order from highest calories to lowest calories. All your favorite fruits and vegetables. I've laid out the fiber, the calories, I've laid out everything. I literally have written multiple cookbooks and a diet book. But Coach Greg doesn't know anything about fruit and vegetables and has no self-control. Really? And so, great comment, Ninja Blaze Des. And then somebody else's comment. Or just go full carnivore. Works 99.99% of the time and is a sustainable diet for a lot of people with room to add whole foods onto the diet as each individual needs. And so, listen. I used to teach math. 99.99% of the time that it works, that means that only 1 in a 10,000 chance it's not going to work. 1 in 10,000 people. Do you really think that I could get 10,000 volunteers and say, hey, everybody, you're all going to be carnivore now forever? They're all perhaps overweight and obese, and I'm trying to solve their problems. They've come and hired me, and I said, there's 10,000 of you, and here's the problem. One of you, this diet's not going to work for. There's one poor soul out of you 10,000 people in this large theater. One of you, this diet's not going to work for. You got a 1 in 10,000 chance of it not working. If it was really that good, do you not think I would make a video saying that carnivore is the answer? Do you think I'm so high on my high horse, so high mighty, that I would not be willing to tell you about a diet that's that effective? That 99.99% of people is going to work for? Listen, I have my own cookbook. And I will never say that 99.99% of people it's going to work for. Not even 99%. Some people are going to say, nope, I don't like your cookbook. I just want to eat steak. I only like steak. I want to go keto. I want to eat 1 meal a day. For some people that works. If you want to do intermittent fasting, you want to eat in a 2-hour window and so on, the cookbook's not for you. It's for people that want to eat multiple meals a day. They want to have a normal life. That's for those people. There are some people my cookbook will not work for. If you're trying to bulk up, if you're too skinny, if you're single-digit body fat and you're trying to put on a lot of size, it's not the book for you. This book is for helping people to lose weight and keep it off for the rest of your life. And so even I will admit my cookbook is not for everyone. And so how do you have the audacity to sit there and lie and say that the carnivore diet is going to work for 99.99% of people? Why lie? No diet could ever work that well. And so here's the comment. Greg Doucette. It's not really restrictive at all. How am I supposed to argue with someone? And so here's the thing. You can't win arguments anymore. There is no winning and losing. And so that person believes that this diet is not restrictive at all. I believe that it is restrictive. I can't convince them that it's not. I'm telling you that I have a lot of willpower. I've done 59 bodybuilding competitions. I've competed under 5% body fat. I believe that I have some of the greatest willpower in the world. You can argue me, debate me. No, you don't. I've done triathlons. I've done 10 hours of cardio in a day. I've dieted 59 times, got shredded every single time. I've done it all. I have a great work ethic. Think of it. How do you think I got over 2 million followers? For doing 1 video a week? Or was it 1 video a day? No. I was doing 2 videos a day. Who else is doing that? Who else is putting in that much work? How do you think I got the highest average in university with a learning disability? Think of the work ethic required to do what I've done. Not a really restrictive diet at all. Yet I couldn't follow this diet. I couldn't do it. And remember, I would love to be able to brag and say I can follow this diet. Chicken, broccoli, and rice, I don't need the rice. Chicken, broccoli. I'm a man. I'm better than you. I can follow any diet because I'm that good. I could not do it. As disciplined, as motivated as I am, I couldn't do it. I would cheat on this diet, perhaps in secret. I'd be having that gelato, that ice cream, that peanut butter. I wouldn't be able to do it. And so if I can't do it, and I'm saying it's too restrictive, are you going to convince me that it's easy for everyone? It's not restrictive at all. You just got to give up all your cottage cheese, Greek yogurts, all your dairy, all your alcohol, all your chocolate bars, your sweets, your cakes, your pastries, your popcorn, your protein ice cream, protein bars for that matter. And what else? Diet pop. Give it up at all. Give it all up. Easy, really. And so you take the win, I'll take the L. The diet isn't restrictive for you. And so somebody wrote a comment, didn't get that many likes. He said, just eat less calories. Yes, I mean, that is correct. That's right. See, and Andrew Huberman knows this, and he wrote this in response. Incredibly hard for many people to do. Yes, Andrew is right. Andrew is a smart man. He's smarter than me. I realize this. But listen, I know more about dieting than Andrew. I've done this my entire life. It's my specialty. It's what I know more than anything on this planet. This is what I know the most of. I've done it my entire life. Andrew Huberman is not under 8% body fat era. He's not single-digit body fat. He does not know what it's like to truly suffer to this extent, to truly get shredded. And so Andrew knows it's incredibly hard for many people to do, to eat less calories. Yes. Now, Andrew, if you're watching, it's incredibly hard for people to eat less calories while only eating meat, fish, eggs, vegetables, and fruit. And why? Well, I'll tell you, Andrew, because they're going to have cravings. They're going to want some Greek yogurt and cottage cheese every once in a while. They're going to want some milk, maybe even cream in their coffee. Every now and then, they might want some almond milk. And when they go to that Super Bowl party and everyone's having salsa and chips, bringing in those Doritos, they're going to be looking at their salad and thinking, what have I gotten myself into? And they're going to be then watching Coach Greg's video and saying, did you know you could have 3 bags of popcorn and you're going to eat it for an hour and be full? And they're going to think, you know what? That popcorn was a great idea. That protein ice cream, it tastes amazing. And so when people have real cravings that are really going to happen in the real freaking world, because this is what happens, they're going to be begging for an alternative. Begging for a way to get out of that hunger, out of those cravings. If there were no such things as cravings, if people didn't actually enjoy the taste of ice cream, chips and candies, cakes, pastries, donuts, and so on, it'd be easy. But here's the thing. In the real world on Earth, maybe not in Bizarro World, as they said in Seinfeld, in the real world, there are foods that taste great and you're going to want to eat them. And so unless you have a backup plan, unless you are being proactive, unless you have my freaking cookbook, you're going to cheat. You're going to cheat and you're going to do it often. And no matter how many times you try to diet, the weight's going to come back. Yo-yo dieting. Up and down goes your weight, just like the yo-yo. And so what's less incredibly hard on a diet is having more choices with foods that are delicious, that taste amazing, and are not schmuck servings. They're big servings for the big eaters. Those are you very hungry. And so you can say all you like, just follow this diet. That's what people do all the time. That's why I do so great with the clients who I'm coaching. Because I don't just say, if the diet doesn't work, it's your fault, you didn't follow it. I said, it's my fault. I didn't give you enough foods that you enjoyed, that filled you up. It's my fault. That's why I made this book. That's why I've coached thousands of athletes, regular people just like you, who are trying to lose weight and keep it off for the rest of your life. This is what I do, and I've done it for decades. And I'm literally world famous for doing this. This is what made me famous, my diet plans. Why do you think I made my cookbooks in the first place? The viewers, the audience, they demanded it. They wanted it. Said, Coach Greg, please make a cookbook and sell it to us. We want those recipes. And so somebody asks, are nuts and seeds okay? And Huberman writes, easy to overeat. I'm not denying that. He's right. It's very easy to overeat. You start having in nuts, and before you know it, you had 1,000 calories in nuts. Very easy. You know what's easy to not overeat on? The recipes in my cookbook. And why? Because they're so low in calories. I'm telling you, if you aren't convinced by now, you're not going to be convinced. The diet works. My cookbook works. My circle diet works. You're thinking, oh, but it costs over $100. Some of them cost less. There's various price points. You can get Cookbook 1 for a lot less. Cookbook 1 literally sold the most copies. Take your pick. It's going to work. You can even get it in PDF. And if you don't have any money at all, did you know I've given away a free diet and training program? It's close to 50 pages, and it's free. But y'all complain. Coach Greg's just about the money. Giving away it for free. You get to my website, join the 300,000 plus newsletter subscribers. Have you not seen this? I've said this in over 100 videos, but yet people keep saying it's all about the money. Yet I give it away for free. And oil or butter? And after all, are we really eating all these vegetables with no oil or butter? Are we eating it all plain? And Huberman's response, olive oil and butter and avocados, fine. Do you know how fast those calories add up? And I know from experience. I was coaching a client. They weren't losing any weight. And I was trying to figure it out. We're going back and forth. And I said, tell me how you cook the broccoli and the stir fries and so on. They said, I just put in 2 or 3 tablespoons of olive oil and I cook my broccoli. And so I said 2 or 3 tablespoons of olive oil to go along with the 50 calories of broccoli and whatever vegetables. And you're eating that 3 times a day. And so you're having essentially 6 to 9 tablespoons of olive oil. And so essentially it was adding in roughly 700 to 1,000 calories of extra olive oil in each and every day while cooking. And so it's very dangerous. It's a slippery slope. You start adding in butter and you start adding in oils when you're cooking. It's very dangerous. So I recorded a video yesterday. I had the spray pan. I was literally spraying on my chest to be funny, rubbing in the oil. And I'm like, rather than using butter and oil, use the Pam spray. It's got about 1 calorie per second. You spray the Pam for 1 second and you cook. Those calories, they add up quick. This guy, Guho or whatever, he has 6 million followers. He had this 325 calorie breakfast. He had the keto bread and he had the cottage cheese, the egg white omelet and so on. Then he put on all this olive oil and all this honey. I was like, bro, you gotta add in the calories of the condiments. Those calories, they also add up quick. Especially when it's not just a teaspoon. There's putting on a lot. I've made videos in the past, woman putting in her olive oil. Didn't count those calories. I don't know why I'm not losing weight. I'm only eating 1,200 calories a day. And we spray it in the olive oil. Oh, let's put on olive oil all over the pan. I couldn't believe it. Was putting on perhaps a quarter cup. Was like, what is wrong with this woman? But no, calories in, calories out don't work. Because you're not counting the calories from the olive oil. How do I turn a 1-minute video into a 1-hour documentary? You said no milk, so I assume no cottage cheese or Greek yogurt. It makes it so much easier to get all my protein in. He glances over that question. He's responding everywhere, but when he sees a very valid comment, very good question, he skips answering it. And so he selectively answers the questions that he knows best. And so the answer I would have said is absolutely added cottage cheese and Greek yogurt. It's so much easier to get in your protein. Of course it is. Especially if you're not a meat eater, of which I've got clients like that. One in particular, she doesn't eat any meat. Where do you think she's getting in all her protein? Greek yogurt and cottage cheese. If it wasn't for that, how is she getting in all her protein? And so even if you're not vegetarian, why not just add Greek yogurt and cottage cheese? Would that not make sense? How is that bad? But no, Andrew Huberman's diet's better than Coach Greg because he has a PhD. He's a neuroscientist. Coach Greg, he just has his master's. What would he know about helping people lose weight? A lot. Next comment. Would love to hear about follow-through. Problem with stringent diets is long-term adherence. And what's Andrew Huberman's response? They have been going years on this with no lapses. They, as in 12 people, I think he said. 12. The world has about 7 or 8 billion people. There's 40 million in Canada alone. And I'm telling you, 95% of diets fail. And so if you follow that diet, there's a 95% chance that you are going to have some lapses. You are not going to adhere to it. And so which do you think is a better diet? Are you now understanding this? If you're with me still to this point, this late in the video, do you think that Andrew Huberman's diet makes more sense or Coach Greg? The one with the Greek yogurt and the cottage cheese? The one with the popcorn and the protein ice cream? Or the one that you can't have any of this stuff? It's off limits. Any diet that says, hey, these things are off limit, not the diet you can follow. For a week you can, till perhaps that summer vacation, perhaps till the wedding, but you're not following it for life. And so I can't read any more comments. I would love to talk this for hours. This is what my channel has been all about. It's been about this for years, helping people to lose weight and keep it off for the rest of your life. I would strongly suggest you get my freaking cookbook. The cookbook, the Circle Diet Book, and if you want extra help, motivation to get to the gym, to do cardio, to lift weights, GO2 Max for endurance, Turk Builder for greater energy, and if you want greater help in the gym doing cardio and lifting weights, GO2 Max and Turk Builder, my #1 and #2 selling supplements. These two can make a significant difference in your life. If you can put the fork down, eat lower calories, follow Seco, use the meals from my cookbook, go to the gym, do your cardio, lift weights, you have it made. I'm telling you, you got it made. And not only that, we literally have a money back guarantee. That's how confident that I am that you are going to notice the difference. This is the best supplement. It's amazing. If you don't believe me, I have a money back guarantee. And so what do you have to lose? Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost the algorithm. Please like this video if you liked it. Love making these videos. Please watch one of those two bloops. And of course, the cookbooks, the training books, the Circle Diet Book, coaching plans by me and my team, the Harder Than Last Time clothing line, all on the website, code Greg 15% off. And until next time, I am out.